talk about, well, going into 2024 as well, Team NDA versus Team India. Mr. Prasad, thanks very much for speaking to us. I want to start by asking you, when the Prime Minister today was speaking in the parliamentary party, why did the mention of Indian Mujahideen, PFI, or the East India Company come in? Because now the Congress is saying that, are you trying to call us, Indian national parties, as anti-nationals?
Did he say that? Who is tomtoming this India alliance? Let me put it. In the parliament we sit, from there they shout, India, India, India is against you. There's a daily phenomenon. Therefore the PM was constrained to make an observation. Merely changing your name is not at all relevant. Because the name of India has some pedigree, some tradition. East India Company, formed by the British. A.O. Hume, a British national, finding the Indian National Congress. And in that category, he said there is also the Indian Mujahideen and also the Popular Front of India, all banned terrorist organization. And if you scratch your mind, then Joshi, you will also recall that Simi also has an India connotation in the last. The name is not relevant. What is relevant is the content, the substance, and the substance of your politics. And then he supplemented it by saying that Congress party has decided to remain in the opposition. The kind of behavior they are doing, the kind of opposition, the kind of filibustering. You know what would have been the best scenario? Rajnath Singh offered on the floor of the House, we are willing for a debate. Amit Shah ji yesterday offered on the floor of the House. Today Amit Shah ji has written a letter to all the opposition leaders. We are willing for an ad nauseam debate as long as you want. Don't you think it would have been highly advisable and desirable that a bipartisan consensus emerges to stem the rot of conflict in Manipur? That is what the balm was needed from the parliament. They are more fighting on the rules part of it, the sub-rule part of it. And the second part I must clarify here itself, Padmaja. They must insist upon the Prime Minister. Do they allow the Prime Minister to speak? You remember, when the presidential address is there as a prelude to the budget session, the Prime Minister gives a vote of thanks to the President. Last March, he was allowed to give a good vote of thanks, very effective in the Lok Sabha. But in the Raj Sabha, please show your footage. For 2 hours, he was interrupted repeatedly by Congress party, the TMC and all others. For 2 hours, not allowed to speak. And yet I am proud of my Prime Minister, he spoke. Now you want the same scenario? They will speak, then walk out, and then frustrate or filibuster Modi from speaking. If this is the politics of Congress party or the India, then, and there is a whole background of this, which I wanted to tell you this. We want a proper discussion. And just to give you more instance, during Congress regime, there was a big riot in Manipur. And hundreds of people were killed. And who responded? An MOS, home, not even the Home Minister cabinet rank. Therefore, you want a serious debate, discussion, as a matter of bipartisan consensus? Come on. But they are not interested. Ego is of rule and sub-rule.
Now, the Prime Minister did speak. He spoke on the first day of Parliament. The specific allegation is that propriety and parliamentary process requires that the Prime Minister speak inside when Parliament is session. Then why did he speak outside?
First of all, does the Prime Minister speak outside or not? He sought to give a healing balm to the troubling scenario of women in Manipur. It was fully justified. Does he speak in the parliament or not? He speaks very, very strongly and very effectively. You know, he's a very profound speaker. The point is simply this. ये चाहते क्या हैं? Shifting goals. Therefore, I gave you the background, Padmaja. Rajnath Singh requesting twice, Amit Shah ji requesting yesterday, Amit Shah ji again concluding today while moving the cooperative bill कि मैं हर जितनी लंबी बहस चाहे हम तैयार हैं. Now what more do you want? Therefore, again I will come to the point. I'm sorry to tell you this. Rahul Gandhi's leadership, the Congress party whole mindset has become highly disruptionist. And therefore, I used in my TV observation this morning, ये हारे हुए, थके हुए, हताश लोग कभी सच्चाई समझते नहीं. Because they know in 24 they are going to lose again. And therefore their behavior is like that. And I'd also added one thing more. In 24, their present number in Lok Sabha is going to go further down. And mark my word, it will happen.
But before that, in this session, they are likely to bring about a no trust motion. Then the Prime Minister will have to speak at the end of the no trust motion. They are confident that they have the numbers to at least bring about a no trust motion and force a longer debate. What will the government do then?
First of all, a longer debate has already been promised by Amit Shah ji on the floor of the House today, as long as they want. He has also written a letter to all the opposition leaders. But the second part, let them bring, okay? और अपनी बात भी कहें और हमारा जवाब भी सुने. पद्मजा, I can tell you my personal experience. Rahul Gandhi in the last session made his maiden speech, or the first speech after his Bharat Jodo Yatra. We're also eagerly awaiting pearls of wisdom to emanate from his long experience of traveling in the entire country. And to our utter amazement and shock, he said, wherever I went in the country, I heard only one voice, Adani, Adani, Adani. And whatever he has to speak, he spoke. Not a word of Prem ki dukaan or kya kya. Then my turn came to reply to him. He was not present. I asked him many questions. Does Mr. Rahul Gandhi ever care to hear to the reply of Prime Minister in the Lok Sabha? Very rarely. Making faces. Come on. Parliamentary debate has got certain norms. So if they bring the no confidence motion, we'll be the happiest. Come on, bring it. Whether you have the number or not, that the honorable speaker will see. But if you bring it, then you will speak, but also have the patience to listen to the reply.
You will admit, because you are inside Parliament, most people were cynical. They said कि ये जो Team India है, ये अपना नाम नहीं फाइनल कर पाएंगे, ये अपना एजेंडा नहीं फाइनल कर पाएंगे. They will not be able to be cohesive. But in 2 meetings only between Patna and Bengaluru, they have managed to finalize a name, and now they are doing floor management also.
हमने सुना है नीतीश कुमार को भवन में बैठे हुए हैं इंडिया नाम के कारण. सुना है ना आपने पद्मजा? अभी आगे आगे देखिए होता है क्या ना. चलने दीजिए ना. इधर तो हमारे लीडर तय हैं, उधर उनके लीडर का पता नहीं है. अब बाद में करेंगे. And mind you, today is not the day for me to speak on their inner contradictions. But since you have asked me a question, how will Mamta ji settle the chronic fight with the left in Bengal? Should the left leave the turf at all for Mamta ji? As Sitaram Yechuri is saying, no, we will fight. Will Akhilesh Yadav give any space to Congress party whose traditional hold in UP was too well known? What space they will get here? What about Hyderabad? What about Maharashtra? Overpowering Sharad Pawar, how much seat is going to give to them? These are great contradictions. And then you will have to work it out as to what has been the result of one-to-one fight between the Congress and the BJP in the last 2 elections.
You know, on the one
These are
hand,
many issues. Therefore, leave those issues to be talked in detail.
okay, but on the one hand, you are saying ki, oh, you know, these people, they are like East India Company, they are like Indian Mujahideen, they are plunderers, they are tukde gang. But today, this same Team India is saying that on the issue of nationalism, because of Manipur, BJP is on the back foot. If there is anyone who is working against the nation's interests, against India's interests, it's the BJP. So they stand for idea of India. The government is standing against India. How would you respond?
This is just a statement for the media with no substance. Did Rahul Gandhi stand with Tukde Tukde gang or not? Did Rahul Gandhi repeatedly decry Veer Savarkar legacy and courage or not? I'm asking a question to you. How their government have completely misruled Northeast is too well known. Padmaja, let me tell you, Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji has travelled to Northeast 50 times as the Prime Minister. And all their ministers have travelled 500 times. I also travel many times. We are not winning Manipur or Assam or Tripura just for the sake of it. People have seen our contribution and work. Therefore, they are voting for us. Yes, because of Manipur situation, historical conflict between communities is too long. At times it erupts. We have to handle it carefully, caution, and a lot of understanding.
Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. It's going to be an interesting next few days because the opposition benches are very clear that they have got their intent, their agenda, and their numbers in place, and of course, the name of Team India. We'll see what the Treasury benches are going to do. Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, thanks very much for joining us.